What's up, YouTube? It's Mini Metal Fab. I'm Brandon. That's Russ. And we're back today working on the Baja Warrior Stage 4 mini bike one more time because it needs some more finishing touches and then it's going to be perfect. So we got a big shipment of parts in. So we're going to open those up and see what we got. Oh, look at that. New wheel and bearings. This one's meant for a disc brake. This thing has a drum brake on it currently, and this thing does not stop at all. All right. We got, can't see yet. These are brake hydraulic line. Dual piston brake kit.
Oh, the racing
chain.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Racing
you
chain.
Really did get a lot of it.
And racing spark plugs. These are the best spark plugs you can get for a built motor. Even a stock motor, it'll just help it run so much better. Highly recommend. You can get them on Amazon or Go Power Sports. We got chain tensioners for the new wheel because these ones are pretty shot. We had to make one for this side because we broke it, so I just welded a washer to a bolt and then used that. But it's time to replace them. We got a new wheel. So this is what we'll be doing today. And there's a couple more things in the mail on the way. They haven't arrived yet, so we'll open those up later in the video. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the rotor on the rim. And when you put your rotor on, so you could put it on either side, okay? But there's only one side you want to put it on. This is the side with the valve stem, because if you put it on the sprocket side, you won't be able to fill it with the tire on and it all bolted on. You want to put it on the side with the valve stem.
Not only that, this side's far more dished out.
Yep. Alright, so the bolt holes in the brake rotor aren't quite perfect with the bolt holes on this. So what we're going to do is it lines up pretty good. They just need to be out a little bit more in each direction. So we're just going to slot the square plate here. Drill a second hole right there on each of them. Make them slotted so then you can center it up perfectly and get it mint and tighten it down and it'll be good.
As always, there's an extra step with this bike. Nothing can ever just work right away, but we're used to it at this point.
We center punched it, so now we gotta drill it out so we can slot it so that the brake rotor will fit perfect. Now it's time to switch to the bigger bit. Follow all those holes, drill them out one more size, and then we can file them smooth.
Basically, got them all drilled out. Now we're slotting them. Started off with a small hole, drilled it out to the next size, and now we're using the carbide bit to slowly work away all the material and then get it to a nice, smooth, just bored out slot. And eventually, our rotor will fit perfectly. We just have to center it up and it'll be mint.
Got 2 of the 4 slots drilled out. Working on the third.
Hopefully we can get these all done before the pizza's ready. Alright, so now we got the new rotor on. Looks mint. Just have to tighten it down and then we'll be on our way for setting up the brake assembly on the bike itself. Brake cable off. Now we're taking the stock assembly off for the drum brake.
Yep.
We're just going to be getting it ready tonight to get everything swapped over from that rim and tire onto that rim. But just getting stuff ready.
We're back today. It's a new day. And today we're gonna try to get this tire off. I took the tire off the bike already. So now I'm gonna try to get the tire off the rim. I just wanted to show you right here why our drum brakes were not working. If you look here, this part completely snapped off. It was rolling around inside there, and I think it got jammed somewhere because it shredded the back of this brake pad. So yeah, this thing's beat. It's time for some disc brakes. All right, so I'm trying to pop the bead. I'm using my car, but it might not be heavy enough. So I don't know, we're gonna have to see what we can do. I could back up a little more, but I don't know, I might readjust the board and try to get it closer to right where the bead is and then try again. I don't know, this thing's really stuck on here, so we'll see. That's gotta be it. Yes, it went. Let's go. It's off. Yes. All right, we just got the rim out. That was a job. I'm gonna wait for Russell to come before we install that one because I am too tired now. I'm taking a break. All right, so I've been working the new tire onto the rim, and we got dirt bike tire changing tools here for changing dirt bike tires and like street bike tires and stuff. They work great. You can get them on Amazon for like 50 bucks, maybe a little less, but it's amazing. It makes it so much easier. Highly recommend getting them if you're gonna change some tires on a mini bike, because without them it makes it a lot more difficult and you mess up your rims a lot more. These keep your rims from getting all scratched up and bent and nicked up and things, and it's just worth it. But I'm almost done. I got the first side locked in, so now I'm getting this side locked in. I sprayed a tiny bit of water, not a lot, just a little bit, because if you spray a lot, it'll rust out like this. And then your rim will rust out from the inside out, and you don't want that. That's not good. So if you look, like this rim was destroyed. It's nasty in there. The previous owner filled the thing with tire slime with the old tire, and because it wouldn't hold air and it's all dry rotted, and so that did not help. And then we cleaned it a little bit, but he sprayed it, Russell sprayed it with water when he put that one on, but he must have put too much because it rusted out. So I sprayed a little bit, and as you can see, it's already almost completely dry, but that's fine because the tire's almost all the way on, so it shouldn't be too bad now. Stick it under there and just work a little bit at a time all the way around. Get it on. Like that. And you'll see it pop down like that. That's good. And you have multiple of them, so you can keep one in there. That way it doesn't pop back out. And you gotta get your last one in. Like that. And boom. Just like that. Tire's on. Now, we gotta seat it in the bead. First, I'm gonna try to use the air compressor and see if we can get the bead to seat with that. And if not, then we'll figure out what's next. But we'll give this a shot. I got all of them I've done so far. I've been able to get with the air compressor, which is good. You just pump it up to like 40, 50 PSI, and it'll just pop, and then you let the air back out and put it to your riding PSI.
So, got it all strapped up, got both sides seated, and now it's time to pressurize it.
Well, not fully seated.
Yeah.
Seated enough to where air doesn't come out.
That's
but
what I meant. Got
if you look,
pressurize
see
it.
the bead's not all the way out there. You see that gap in there? You gotta get rid of that. So
Pump it up to all
with
the PSIs.
Yeah, you put the ratchet strap on so that way the tire expands in width, not height. It's because there's so much pressure on it. Because that doesn't want to move.
Almost.
Almost?
looks pretty good, but I still see a little bit that could come out.
So then tighten the ratchet strap and pump it up one more time, bounce it a little bit more, and then we should be good.
This side looks good.
Do it one more time, better safe than sorry. You don't want your bead to be not seated. That wouldn't be good. All right, so we just reattached the brake, and now we're gonna put the sprocket on, and we cut off all the tabs for the old brake system. Now we can sand it smooth and start making the bracket for the hydraulic brake. So we're working on cutting the bracket out for the brake caliper. We'll weld it to the frame and make a new mount for it. And we just got the wheel centered up. The spacers trimmed just as we need, brakes on, sprockets on. Looking good. Now we just gotta put the new tensioners on. And then we can mock up the brake caliper. All right, so now we're gonna throw the new chain on. We got a gold 420 pre-stretched racing chain. Highly recommend this stuff. It's very strong. You will probably never break it, and it's already stretched, so once you get it, the tension set, it won't change on you, which is very nice. A little bit more expensive than your normal chain, but definitely worth the money. This is the chain breaker that is actually useful. Crank it down. And boom, pops through. And spin it out. If you don't have one of these, go on Amazon, do yourself a favor and buy one. It's like 20 bucks, maybe less, and it will save your life. It's such a pain to try to break a chain without one of these. Just spend the 20 bucks and get one. And when you put your master link on, the outside clip, it kind of looks like an arrow. You want to have the closed end going with the rotation of the chain when your bike's rolling forward. So if it's on the outside of your chain like this, on the left side of the bike, you want it facing forward like this, with the open end pointing at the ground, or backwards if it's on the top side. If it's on the bottom, it's gonna look like that if it's down here. Because if it isn't, your chain's gonna pop off because it'll throw this link. So it's kind of like an arrow, and you want to point the direction your chain's going to be spinning when you're hitting the gas. All right, so we got the wheel on. Chain's all perfectly lined up. Nice and straight with the engine and everything. So now, nice and tensioned right. So now we're gonna cut out our bracket for the brake caliper so we can start mocking that up and get it on. I'm gonna trim it out now.
It'll take 2 seconds.
And then we can bolt it back on and start mocking it up, tack it in place, and see how it does. All right, we just tacked it in place. So now we're gonna take the brake caliper off and then fully weld it.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, so now we got the bracket welded up. The caliper is all tightened down. And now we're just sort of sorting out the brake line itself. Got it on the handlebar. It's gonna be mint. Gonna have disc brakes, no more drum brakes. 1,000 times better.
All right, YouTube, we got a special package in today from...
Got a nice custom cam from Dyno Cam and a custom ground cam. We'd like to thank our buddy Devin over there. He shipped us out a custom cam on his dime and
for our stage 4 motor, and we're gonna see what kind of thing it does, but check them out for any kind of cam from mild stock to high horsepower build, anything custom ground. Tell them Mini Metal Fab sent you, and we'd like to give them a huge thanks for this, and we really appreciate it. So we'll see what they sent us.
and then an even more beautiful box.
Let's look at the cam specs.
All right. Same valve lash, Billet flywheel is mandatory. I like that.
309 lift. That's gonna be insane. Recommended 34 degrees. Timing. It's a custom ground for us, so you guys can send them what you want and talk to them and send them out some emails, and then you'll talk about what kind of power you're looking for, RPM range, and they'll make you something custom for you if you want. So, or you can just go on their website and check out the cams they already have in stock and pick one that you like.
All right.
This thing is beautiful.
Nice and lubed up.
Wonderful packaging, beautiful box.
The lifter looks pretty nice. Hard to see in the bag, but we're trying to keep some of the mess down for right now.
Yeah, so we'll get this thing installed and then we'll see what kind of power we make with this thing. All right, so we got a new gas tank here for the bike. So we're working on the new mounting tabs for that. I'm gonna hook up the throttle cable to the carburetor. All right, time to put the gas tank on. Gotta figure out where we want it. Put it more like,
Yeah, you don't want it too close to the seat.
yeah, like that.
All right, we got our new gas tank mounted up. Next, we're gonna weld on our clamps to mount it here and back here, and it'll be nice and solid. And then we have to run our fuel line to the carb, get an air filter, and our bike will be pretty much complete.
Looks good with the gas tank though. New gas tank looks beautiful. All right, so we're about to pull the motor apart to install our new cam that Dyno Cams sent us. See what kind of power we make and how fast this thing is after that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the chain off and the torque converter and the valve cover so we can get the thing in top dead center. And then we're gonna pull the side cover off and drain the oil, pull the cam out, install the new cam, reset our valve lash, and then put the side cover back on and everything too. Chain back on, fill up the oil, and start it up. All right, valve cover is off, top dead center, torque converter is off. Gonna break all the side cover bolts loose and pull the side cover off, and let the oil flow out. He's too weak to break it loose. It's all right. Let the strong man come in. I'll show him how it's done. Yeah. Call it strength. This is a new cam they sent us. This thing's beautiful. It's huge loads. It's gonna make some power.
Each time we take this motor apart, we get it one step closer to being a drag strip.
Yup.
Shims
Shims are coming out.
Yep, pull this shim
So we can line up timing.
Is there 3 or just...
Yeah, there's 3. There's another one there.
Little trick, you can take one off and use one to pry off the other one. And if you can't get that off. See?
There you go. Alright, keep them, put them on your seat.
Yep.
Alright. Now we're gonna line up the cam with our timing mark. And just like so. Perfect. Alright, put 2 dots. And it's mint.
That dot lined up with that littler dot.
Yep.
Thing should rip. Get it nice and sealed up.
Mint. Fit beautifully.
Now we have the side cover back on, all torqued down. Now we're putting the push rods back in, and then Brandon's gonna set the lashes with the feeler gauges.
Alright, so we got the valve set. Everything's all tightened down. So I'm gonna spin it over by hand just to make sure that the valve's not gonna hit the piston.
It's a much larger lube than what was on our stock.
And they're 1.3 ratio rockers.
This thing's going. Alright, it looks like it clears.
You're not spinning it all the way. Spin it all the way over. Yeah, looks like we're good.
We got the bike all back together, and now we're gonna try to pull it over and get it started for the first time with the new cam in it.
With a huge, massive cam. See how it sounds, see if it starts. First test ride on the mini bike with the new brakes and everything. New carb, got it running right. This thing is fast. Yeah, that was better. Yeah, you should be aiming up that way towards the steps. Yeah. See? rear fender. He's always aiming at things when he wheelies. He's got to learn to wheelie into the open. See, right now he's aiming at me. You gotta get it up higher. Yeah. Oh, that's why you need your finger on the brake. That way that doesn't happen.
That front peg is just mirth. Look how bent up that is.
We're about to take Russell's bike out and test top speed. So we'll see what it is. This is not the drivetrain setup we're gonna be going with though. This is just temporary. It's just a stock torque converter with a 43 tooth rear sprocket on 420 chain, 10 tooth front sprocket. We're gonna be changing that up. So this is just gonna be temporary top speed. It's gonna get a lot faster with our new drivetrain. as you can see, we didn't have quite the top speed we were looking for. That's partly because our carb boot ripped, so it was running on the wrong air fuel ratio, and we couldn't obviously tune it out because it's a ripped boot, so it's just sucking in air. So we gotta get a new boot on the way, and then we can tune the carb some more and get a new top speed test. But we'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Devin from Dyno Cams for the cam. It sounds amazing. It runs insanely good. And started first pool basically. Like, it was so nice. And so a huge shout out to them. Check them out. Pick up any kind of cam you need. Very high quality. It worked great. So thanks for watching, and we'll see what we can do in the next video or in a couple of videos for top speed when we get a new drivetrain for this thing. That will be our next video on this thing when we get a new drivetrain and really see what this thing can do with the new drivetrain, and we'll have the new carb boot and everything so it actually run right, and we'll open her all the way up and see what we can do. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel out, and stay safe riding, everyone. If anyone can help us figure out why I won't rev past probably 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, maybe 6, and it won't go faster than 40 miles per hour, because I don't know, we don't know why, but we have a flywheel with 32 degrees of timing, and we noticed that this says 34 is recommended. Could that be stopping us from revving higher and going faster, or is it just in the carburetor? It's not tuned right, or an air leak maybe or something. We don't know. We're trying to figure it out. But if anyone can help, let me know in the comments.